Hope you guys are having a great evening. So, what does it mean? Don't be a pig, pigs get slaughtered. And I want to clarify. Sometimes it's good to go over something, even if you're pretty sure you understand it. It's always good to get a second perspective. And also, I think that there's a piece that I think might be overlooked. Okay, let's start. When a person tries to take too much, they end up sometimes getting beaten up. Don't be a pig, don't take too much, pigs get slaughtered. You end up with nothing. So how does this play out? Let's say you find a stock you feel really good about and it's taken off, you're doing everything right, you got in at a good entry point, and now it's running. Now, the problem is that a lot of times people get a little bit piggish and they want to make the home run. The problem with the home run is that once the run is over, everybody's running for the doors and the stock falls apart. For example, you buy a stock at $3 and you know it's got a good 100% run in it. We'll get into that, but let's just say you know that. So you're expecting it to go to $6. First of all, there's nothing wrong with booking a profit. And second of all, if you start to sell out ahead of the herd, people are grabbing it from you. Then you second guess yourself. You're like, why'd I sell it so quickly? Problem is, let's say you're right and it gets to $6. It's going to turn on a dime so hard that it's going to make you wish you were selling at $5 or $5.50, $5.70, $5.80. The point is, you want to be buying when people want to sell, and you want to sell when people want to buy. Not completely fighting the grain. You want to float with the fish, but you want to be a little bit ahead of the curve. It makes things easier when you're offering out your stock while people are still taking it, as opposed to trying to get rid of your stock while everybody else is trying to get rid of it. First of all, not only are you in a rush to get rid of it, but then you lose your whole confidence, your thought process, your whole system. You start second guessing yourself. You're so busy trying to sell that stock that you're not in a comfortable or confident position to figure out a re-entry point. But I want to add something else in that I'm sure you probably have not thought about. A couple of years ago, I bought a stock for 0.0003 cents. And I sold it for 0.002 cents, which is pretty much a 2,000% profit. This stock went on to run to 53 cents. I was right. I knew I had a good stock on my hand, but I didn't realize I was that right. I didn't realize that the whole world was coming after this company and that it had everything lined up, its news, its interest, the public opinion. So imagine, here I am making one of the greatest trades of my life, tens of thousands of dollars in profit, and I could have made over 15 million. So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, my God, this was life-changing money. What on earth, man? What on earth? I could have made $15 million in that one trade. But you know what? A week later, they blacklisted that stock. They took it off the market. They shut it down. So I'm thinking to myself like this. What would you rather? Would you rather make $40,000, $50,000 and sit there kicking yourself that you didn't make 15 million? Or would you like to taste 15 million and then have nothing? Imagine all those people that had it in the bank. They waited a little too long. Now, I'm not saying that there isn't a happy medium. Maybe I shouldn't have sold everything. I had my reasons. I mean, it had a 2,000% run. It wasn't like the biggest of companies to begin with. We are talking about a sub penny stock. And I just thought it was going to fall back down and I was going to have another re-entry. It just kept going higher and higher. But the point is, besides for the simple idea that you shouldn't be a pig because you can get beat up on, how would you emotionally be able to handle that? Think about that. Would you rather be that guy that made 50 grand instead of 15 million? Or would you rather be that guy who made 15 million and they froze your assets on you, and now you were a millionaire. You tasted it, you felt it, and it's gone. I don't know if that's something I could live with. I'm not saying I would be heading for the roof, but I could see how somebody might. That's some scary stuff. So you have to consider the scenarios you haven't been in yet. You have to learn from others. And you really have to think to yourself, don't be a pig. I made close to 50 grand in that trade. That's pretty freaking sick. At least on my standards. Best trade I ever made. One of the best trades I ever made. I mean, that's really good. But when you start thinking about the other side and you start resenting, and then all of a sudden it just dawned on me, Ari, think about all the people that tasted it and then lost it just because they blacklisted that stock. I knew something was off. I knew it had a good run in it, and I knew that something was off, and I made the right decision for the time, and I can't sit there regretting it. So what I'm saying is, I'm like getting into my own head thinking about this right now. It's pretty frustrating, but I got to snap out of it, because you can't be a pig. Pigs get slaughtered. Not only because if you're not selling while it's still on the move, it's going to be hard to dump it and you might end up losing more, but also because you'll lose your focus on the trade. Maybe you want to re-enter. It's easier to re-enter when you're in the driver's seat. Trust me. But again, there are situations you don't even know about. Would you be able to live with yourself if you bought a stock at $1 and it went to $2? You sold it, 100% profit. Then it went to 100. You can tell your grandchildren about this story. But if it goes to 100 and then they close it on you, they just freeze the stock and it never opens again. My God, I don't know if that's something you could live with. Don't be a pig. Pigs get slaughtered. Take profits. Sell while the selling's good. And don't sweat the fact that you're so good at trading that you're going to be leaving money on the table all the time. Way better than the alternative. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. You got somebody here that has some pretty darn good trading advice, and have a great night. God bless you.